That's nice. What's up, Nerd Avengers? What's good, everybody? Hope you guys are having a good morning. It's going to be a good stream on my way to the tower, as per usual. It's going to be exciting, man. There's like a lot of news that happened this week. I probably don't have to tell you guys that. Definitely a lot of crazy news to get into today. So I want to break down some of the stuff that maybe we haven't been able to get into previously in the week. It's an exciting day, man, and it's going to be a very exciting week next week as well. Pretty wild. We've got the Disney Plus Day next weekend. We're going to be streaming like all day next Friday, doing a huge, massive, monumental type stream next Friday. So, yeah, we're going to have a good show today. I want to talk about Kenobi. I want to talk about the teaser trailer that's likely coming next week. I also want to talk about this wild story about the X-Men, about them revamping and revitalizing the X-Men series and the possibility of that being canon. It's nuts. It's super fun. So there's a lot of fun stuff that we're going to be getting in today. There's a VV drop at 11 we're going to catch. And I've got a bunch of new items in the Den of Nerds vault. So we'll go down into the vault later, and I want to grab a couple of things, and we'll throw them up on the store for you guys. So it should be super fun, super exciting. I'm pulling up to the tower. I'm pulling up right now. See you soon. Oh, yeah. What is up, everybody? Welcome. Get on in here. Smash the like button as you enter the tower. Man, am I delayed a little bit? Is the audio delayed? Dude, I tell you, I had a technological mishap sort of day yesterday. Let me see this. This is so weird to me. Watch this. I'll change it. Uh-oh, I froze. Uh-oh. Rut-row raggy. Uh-oh. Did we lose it? Did we lose the whole stream? Okay, you see how, like, now I'm good? So weird, dude. So weird. So weird. It goes back and forth between, like, I'm basically switching it between two settings. Max the output and 30 frames a second. And for whatever reason, like, sometimes it's like, oh, no, you want to be 30 frames a second, and then, we'll match it all up that way. Sometimes it's like, no, you need to hit the match out. Anyway, regardless. Crazy stuff in the tower. Always a little bit of technicals going on. So, apologies about that. Hey, shout out to everybody who came by last night on the gaming stream and watched me get my ass kicked for a couple of hours on the new Apex season. You know, like last night we were just chilling and just kind of talking about our day, and we had a great day. You know, super productive day. 2 videos that are currently crushing on the main channel. And the video game stream was good. Like, a lot of you guys had a great time. You guys, gave us some fun super chats. A lot of people showing a lot of support. We got a bunch of new members. But I'm sitting in bed, man. You know what I mean? And I'm, like, thinking about the day. And she's like, what's on your mind? What's going on? And I was just like, I can't stand how bad I was at Apex yesterday. I can't believe it. Like, all these things are going great. Everything's awesome. But I'm like, dude, I need to be waking up early and playing Apex. I need to be playing Apex before I go to bed. I need to Apex, Apex. Can't stand it. Personally, can't stand it. So, other than that, it was an incredible day yesterday. But shout out to everybody that came by for the gaming stream. We're going to do another one next Wednesday, so it should be really good. Cole Wallace, shout out to you, brother. Says, top of the morning to you, sir, with a top hat. I like that. $2 holla. Kyle with a 3 month says, have you watched Young Justice? If not, you absolutely should. It's the best DC show currently. Also, thanks for being awesome and putting out great content. Thank you, Kyle. I have not watched the new season of Young Justice. I have seen the old school Young Justice. It was really, really cool. So, save that energy for Halo, baby. Oh yeah, we'll be gaming on that Halo for sure. And in all seriousness, I'm dude, I'm not gonna. There's no way I'm gonna allow us to have another gaming session like that where I miss that many shots. We're gonna put in some work. All respectable nerds gotta work on the gaming skills. It's an important part of being a nerd. You understand? It's an important part of being a nerd. So we're gonna work on that. Diamond Joe. I'll read a couple of these and then we'll get into the story about the Kenobi trailer. That's where I want to start today. But these member chats like disappear, so I want to grab them while they're up. Diamond Joe says, hey, morning, Josh. That Matt Smith info leak was dope. Need to know more about that. Also, would love to talk to you about a contest idea for the BBS. Dude, that sounds great. Hit me up on the old Discord about that. I should have some time tomorrow and over the weekend. I'm going to be working on some BBS ideas, fixing up some stuff here in the tower, so maybe I can like get back to your DM at that point. There's just always a lot of DMs that I got to try to, get to, etc., etc. Alex, member for 7 months, has got my diamond badge. When's the next stream? Thanks for the 6 months, Josh. You're the best, man. Hey, thank you so much. Stormy had a membership too earlier? Oh, God. I can't imagine what it was. I don't see it anywhere. Did he do it before we went live? Because it might not pop up. If he did it before we went live. Here. Okay, so let me sneeze real quick. Sorry. Oh, Brian, member for 9 months. Thanks so much for the support. Okay, I didn't see Stormy's chat, but let me wing it. Let me see. Let me just try to use my psychic abilities. Let me try to use my psychic abilities to see what Stormy's super chat was. Here we go. Josh, I saw Eternals. It is dope. Critics were wrong. You better like it, you son of a bitch. Something like that, maybe. Something like that. I'm getting, I'm getting a little mixed signals. Maybe it's the tower interfering with, the psychic energy, as it were. But is it maybe something like that? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was a little something like that. Oh, okay, cool. God, I'm glad some things never change. All right. Here we go. Almost word for word. Damn, son. Okay. Psychic abilities. Okay. Much love to you, Stormy. Actually, you know what's funny? I was just thinking, that thing from the trailer of the Far From Home, the Spider-Man movie, where he's like, everywhere I go, I see his face. It's almost like everywhere I go, I see Stormy's face, and I hear his voice, right? I hear his voice being like, you better like it. What do you think, Josh? And I feel like I'm going to go into the theater and Stormy's going to be standing there like this, I'm going to be watching the movie theater. He's going to pop up in the row in front of me and be like, wasn't that pretty cool? And then I get out of the theater and he's going to jump out of the trash can as I go to throw my popcorn out. And he's like, yo, what'd you think? So, feeling the love from Stormy. And so I'm going to see Eternals tonight at 6 p.m. I'm really excited for it. I think I'm going to enjoy the film, but I'm not counting my eggs before they hatch, Stormy. I'm going to go in, let it wash over me, and see how I feel about it. And I will be doing a reaction video later tonight. So later tonight after I get out of the film, it'll be fairly late, guys. I will do a reaction video to it. And then tomorrow morning, we will talk spoilers for Eternals. I know that's kind of a bummer for some people because they won't all be able to see it right away. I'd really just like to talk spoilers about Eternals tomorrow morning. So unless there's a huge outcry, I'm going to probably do that tomorrow morning. So I'm going to talk about the spoilers. But yeah, let's get into these. Let's get into this Obi-Wan stuff here. You know what? I'm gonna read Josh I's member here because member for 17 months. Holy mother loving love of mothers. Keep doing what you're doing, Bretta. 2 Sundays ago, we had a pretty good storm in California. I had to go into work for some emergency tree work, but I blew out my knee. Been out ever since. This sucks, dude. That's tough. That's tough, man. I know the knee. I know the knee injury game, man. hoping for a speedy recovery for you. And also, I'm going to send you some energy like they do in Dragon Ball, you know? And we'll send you some good vibes, brother. Thank you for the support, man. I hope you feel better. Rest up that knee. Hopefully you don't need a surgery. Okay. Let's get into this first part here. Guys, next week, Friday, it's going to be crazy. I think we're going to be just streaming straight through. We're going to be streaming straight through. I'm going to be clipping out a lot of different things, which we'll upload to the main channel. So if you don't catch all of the different things we do live, you know, we'll have some of it clipped out on the regular channel. But it's going to be insane. Okay, so from what I've heard about what will be going on for Star Wars, it's pretty intense. And there's even more Marvel. Like, I think Marvel is going to 2x the amount of things released that day that Disney will. Or rather, that Lucasfilm will. Lucasfilm is going to have a good bit of juicy stuff. And we are heading into a really crazy time period where, you know, Star Wars and Marvel are just going to have so much content coming out. It's almost hard to keep up with. Yes, and Vivi will be lit that day as well. Kendall will be trying to grab up as many of those as we can, okay? Okay, so let's get into this. So I'm going to kind of skip it down here. This is on StarWarsNewsNet.com. They have good sources over there. Says here, our source told us we should... Oh, okay, hang on. Let's do up here. The moment we have all been waiting for is just over a week away. We were told the first teaser trailer for Obi-Wan Kenobi will debut on Disney Plus Day. The series wrapped filming a couple of months ago, so having footage ready by this point makes sense, especially for the Star Wars project that is universally most hyped and anticipated. I agree. Chris, thank you for the 14 months, baby! Thank you, man. Appreciate the love. So I've actually also heard the same. Okay, so Dude Trust Me Bro, one of my greatest and best sources out there on the interwebs, Mr. Dude Trust Me Bro himself did indicate to me that we will be having the first teaser trailer of Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus Day. Now, if I'm being honest, I expect it to be quite the tease. Maybe not even a full minute. You know what I mean? Like a real kind of teasery McTeaserson. But you will be getting your first look at Kenobi. And I think from the Disney Plus Day forward, they will begin marketing Kenobi. I anticipate that the marketing for Kenobi will be pretty juicy. I think that although the show has a lot of surprises and secrets in store for us, that it is also a huge deal for Lucasfilm. Okay? I think what they're doing with the Mandoverse and, you know, with the Filoni-verse and all that kind of stuff is equally as epic. However, I think that Mando, in some weird way, sort of set an expectation, and even the second season sort of has this thing going on, where we have all this anticipation of how it could go down. But there's also not as much, like, hype or anticipation for it, okay? So when I say things, and by the way, I have a big video I was working on this morning, for the Book of Boba Fett and some of my theories about that from the trailer. And dude, man, y'all are going to love that video. Man, I got some juice, baby. I got some juice for you in the Book of Boba Fett video that's coming out later. However, the point is, like, when I say wild stuff to you guys about, like, maybe Heir to the Empire being retold, when I say wild stuff about Luke Skywalker possibly showing up in the Book of Boba Fett, there's almost like this, like, that would be cool, but I don't necessarily need it sort of an attitude, because Mando, Boba Fett, a lot of these characters, and it's dope enough on its own. Okay? So, like, almost coming in with, like, Din Djarin, Grogu, and that whole world, it's just created, like, a vibe. I would say that, like, the vibe or the mise-en-scène of the Filoni-verse is just as much of a draw as all of the crazy things that could be happening. Okay? But when it comes to Kenobi, different story, bro. Different story. It's Obi-Wan. It's Ewan McGregor coming back. It's Hayden Christensen coming back to play Darth Vader. And it is the rematch of the century. The anticipation and the hype level for this show is massive. It's almost like Eternals versus Spider-Man No Way Home, right? Hey, could Eternals be dope and have some awesome secrets and some things that would really enrich our experience as an MCU fan? Absolutely. But are we as hyped up and as anticipating of that film as we are for Spider-Man No Way Home? Not even close. Not even close. The Spider-Man hype is out of control. The Obi-Wan hype is the same. And so, even though it's just a little teaser trailer for Obi-Wan Kenobi, Star Wars fans are going to go absolutely insane over this. Like, I've already seen on Twitter, just since this came out yesterday, and a lot of people talked about it, and again, I am here to tell you, yes, I believe strongly that you will get your first teaser trailer next Friday, and we're going to experience it together. It's going to be insane. It's going to be amazing. That announcement alone has set Star Wars Twitter into a frenzy. Into an absolute frenzy. They're going crazy. Just the idea of the trailer, it's like there's so much love for this character, for Hayden, for this, because really, this feels like a bridge between the OT, the prequels, and then maybe even the sequels, but we don't have to talk about that. You know what I mean? I know people will freak out, so we don't have to talk about that. But it feels like a bridge in that regard. And a lot of the Star Wars fans that make up the large majority of like Star Wars Twitter or Star Wars fans right now, they are prequel fans. They are prequel fans. Okay? So a lot of the big accounts that are big Star Wars fans on Twitter love the prequels, love Hayden, love Ewan. That's their shit. You know, you think about Star Wars theory, that's his shit, right? The prequels. That's his stuff, man. A lot of this generation and the current fans of Star Wars, I think, are just, there's a lot of attachment and love for these characters in this story. And I'm very happy to report that despite some setbacks early on, you know, where they had to do the rewrites, they had to like refigure out and reconfigure the show. Despite a lot of that, there's so much work, attention to detail, and love that is being put into this Kenobi show. It is not just going to be a dope, fun Star Wars show. They are absolutely treating this show like it is the most important and epic thing there is. So we will get our first look at Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we will get a sense of the marketing strategy for Obi-Wan Kenobi next week. I wonder if you have any thoughts. I wonder if you have any ideas about what they could show. Are we going to see Hayden? You know what I mean? Are we going to see a little bit of that fight that's teased? Are we going to see, like, the Inquisitors, you know, some of the other stuff that's rumored for the show? I don't know exactly. But regardless, a huge story that's taken up a lot of real estate out there on Twitter and out there just in general. So that's pretty cool. Our source told us that we should also expect a sizzle reel for Andor. So you're going to get a sizzler reel for Andor. And if you recall the clip that debuted last December during the Disney Investor Day webcast, it sounds like another one of those might be coming. This is a bit of a surprise, as we figured we would at least see a teaser for this series by now. So we'll see what they bring to the table for the spy-based Rogue One prequel series. Let's stop for just a second, because I actually want to talk. Let me see if I can pull it up here. There's a couple of things I want to check real quick. Let me see here. Yeah. So I've heard you'll get a sizzler reel for Mando Season 3, a sizzler reel for Book of Boba, and possibly a trailer for Bad Batch Season 2, which is nuts, right? So take that with a little bit of a grain of salt, but that's also stuff that I heard. So that's pretty amped up for Star Wars. You know what I mean? That's a lot. Sizzler reel for Book of Boba Fett. Sizzler reel for Mando Season 3. And you're like, wait, what? Mando Season 3? Yeah, they've technically have some stuff with Mando Season 3 that I think they can show. And it's all about how Book of Boba is going to lead into that, how Ahsoka is going to lead into that, etc., okay? So here's something really interesting. Oh, maybe I already had this pulled up. I'm such a dummy. Okay, so here, coming in from this guy, and this is mind-blowing to me. It says, don't really think it's news or not really enough for an article since I have nothing else to pin it to, but recently was told Andor will be 3 seasons with Tony Gilroy staying on for the whole thing, for 3 seasons of Andor. Okay? So I just want to say to all of you that my thoughts on Andor are that it is going to be a way bigger deal than it was originally going to be. And so here's the thing. Okay, some of this is going to be conjecture. Okay, so don't sue me, bro. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you what's really going on over here, okay? There was a school of thought that was guiding Lucasfilm at one point. Okay? There was a school of thought going on at one point with Lucasfilm where, and it was pretty, how do I say it, boomerish. Okay? It was pretty boomerish. Coming from the Queen Boomer herself, Kathleen Kennedy. Whose greatest sin actually is not her political leanings. Whose greatest sin is not actually her ability to produce or lead a company. Whose greatest sin is just being a big old fucking boomer. She's so boomerish. You know what I mean? God love her, but she is a huge old boomer. Okay? Vivi in 5 minutes. Thank you. So here's the deal, Janelle. Shut your mouth and listen. And also, don't take this as verbatim and don't sue me. 3rd floor basement, 0 sources, etc., etc. At one point in time, there were ideas governing the producing process over at Lucasfilm, which were much less story-based and universe-based, and much more, this was popular, let's make more of it based. There were decisions being made that were old-school Hollywood, and Kenobi and Andor actually begin coming out of that school of thought. Rogue One is a very successful Disney-created Star Wars movie. It not only was, critically successful, financially successful, to a huge degree, actually. It was also successful with fan reception. The fans received Rogue One very well. They liked it a lot. Okay? So the thought was pretty simple. It wasn't that deep. It was just, hey, this landed with the fans. Let's do more of that. Okay? Kenobi. Same idea. Same concept. Everybody loves Obi-Wan. Everybody loves that character. A lot of people like the prequels. And even though Disney was sort of shy on the prequels at first, it became pretty obvious after they got more in the dirt with the fans. Yeah, dude, people love the prequels. So both Kenobi and Andor begin production coming out of a more old school boomer way of looking at creating this content. Okay? Now, something very strange happened in the early parts of production for both of those projects. Lucasfilm began sort of seeing some red flags. Lucasfilm began feeling less confident in the process by which they make these different movies, and help was sought out. Okay? So without getting too controversial, we should understand and know that it was Kathleen Kennedy that said, I need a break from making these movies. Bob Iger did not want to do it. He was like, are you fucking kidding me? Kathleen Kennedy, which I think was the right call, was like, no, we need to pump the brakes. There are some things not going well, and we need to figure that out. In the midst of that, Lucasfilm, I think at the behest of Disney, was told to emulate and look at what Marvel Studios was doing. If you'll recall, around the time of the release of The Rise of Skywalker, there was this one stinky YouTuber, this real sweaty nerd dude with a shitty beard and a friggin' puffy hair that goes all over the place and a generally bad attitude. His name was me. He told you guys, hey, I'm hearing some really good things coming out of Lucasfilm. I'm hearing things like, oh, we fucked up and we know it. I'm hearing things like, hey, we should probably emulate what Marvel Studios is doing. I heard a lot of positive things around that time period, and it was obvious to me and a lot of different people that were following this thing, okay? That Lucasfilm was learning from their mistakes. Yes. Star Wars MCU. I tried to make it a thing. Nobody wanted to do it. Everybody was like, Star Wars MCU, I don't understand. Why would you call it the MCU? What it's just called Star Wars. It's all connected. It's already doing it. You know what I mean? How dare you? How dare you? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Gimme. Attempting to reserve. Oh, your boy got in. Your boy got in pretty quick there. Believe that. Man, I can't believe this. If I absolutely hate Eternals, if I hate this movie, I'm just going to give this NFT to Stormy. I'm going to be like, take this trash, dog. Anyway. I know, some of you jumped on the... Yeah, Filoniverse has a better ring to it. I guess everybody loves Filoni. Look, it's a lesson in branding, okay? It's a lesson in branding. So everybody calm your tits. Yes, Dr. Cool. I went to film school. I don't know if anybody knows that. I don't know if anybody realizes that. Yo, 5192. That's a pretty good little mint number there. Okay, all right. Anyway. Yeah, Mandoverse, Filoniverse, these are better ideas. You're not wrong. But see, the concept was, Trev, at the time, T-Rev, the concept at the time, what I was trying to explain was that it's not just the Filoniverse. It is a company-wide change. It is a total and complete shift in the whole approach to making and connecting projects. That's what I was trying to indicate then, right? It's company-wide. More of this stuff. Nice, Ryan. Ryan, that ends a big drought for you, right? Because you were kind of on a drought, right? Yeah, 2 weeks. Damn, dude. That's a rough drought. But hey, man, you got it. It's going to be a good day, baby. It's going to be a good day. Yeah, you got 2? My man. My man. Okay. Let's keep blurbing on this before the Disney snipers get me. You love to see it. You didn't get one, Kendall? That's rough, brother. That's rough. I know it's hit or miss these days. Hopefully we all have a lot of good luck next Friday. I'm actually quite excited to check that out and do that. And by the way, I need like 100 more likes on this video. Just 100. I'm not trying to be greedy. Just 100 more likes. Just go into grandma's room, go into your little sister's room, grab her stupid iPad out of there, rip her doll's head off. Just kidding. Put the doll's head back on. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But just grab her shit, go to the stream and hit like. Okay? Okay, so here we go. Do you get snipers when you're a shill? Bro, you'd be surprised. They are really temperamental over there. Okay. So here's the deal. Originally, these projects come out of the old Lucasfilm way of looking at things. Okay? Then we have this massive gap. And honestly, if the pandy was good to any company, it was probably really good to Lucasfilm. Because they sort of had an excuse now to even have more space, even more of a delay on certain projects. Do you guys remember when it was first announced that Andor and Kenobi was happening? It was that, I believe it was 2018. Could have been 2019. Guys, that's 3 years ago. You know what I mean? When they first announced these things and we're talking about these things. You're telling me it takes that long to make a fucking project? No, it doesn't. But what happened was, with Filoni getting more of a pull at the company and having more control, and with a sort of, what I would say, a Disney mandated, do what Marvel's doing because we like money, Kathy, shut your mouth kind of a situation, they have altered the deal. They have altered the deal when it comes to these Star Wars projects. Andor, I believe, and a lot of this is conjecture, again, Andor, I believe, went from, hey, let's throw K2SO and Diego Luna together and have them zip around and have fun, into how can we make the Andor show an integral part of canon that connects all of our stuff together, is heavily influential, is dope as hell, has so many different fun characters. How can we have George Lucas come back and have his name slapped on it in some way? How can we really amplify the Andor show? So what I've been hearing about Andor is nuts. Okay? And the idea that Andor is going to be 3 seasons long, whoa. Tony Gilroy on all of it? Whoa. Whoa. That's a big freaking deal, ladies and gentlemen. So, even though it took a long time, even though, Kenobi was originally a different thing. Remember, do you guys remember that interview where Ewan McGregor was like, oh, yeah, the scripts are great. We love the scripts. It's amazing. I can't wait. And then, the next day, they go home Rogered the entire crew. They were like, yeah, these scripts suck real, real bad. You're all let go. You can all go home now. Go home, Roger. Go home, Roger. Y'all remember that? Do you see that there was maybe a little bit of confusion and a little bit of a disagreement about what should be done with Kenobi, what should be done with all of that stuff? Yeah, so regardless, what am I saying? What's the point? Why am I up here yapping my gums? I don't know. I just had a little existential crisis. But I believe the point I'm trying to make is that Star Wars isn't just coming out with all this stuff. It's also coming out with all of this stuff with a new North Star, with a better strategy, having learned from some of the mistakes that they made in, let's call it, phase 1 of Disney Star Wars. Capisci? Do you get it? Do you got it? Good. Other than that, guys, a lot of fun stuff. Definitely believe a new canon animated series could be announced. That would be dope. Bad Batch Season 2 trailer. That would be dope. Little sizzler reel for the Mandoverse stuff. That would be dope. So there we go with that. I am quite excited about what is to come for Star Wars. I just want to mention Brian O'Connor, member for 17 months. I opened this thing because I knew it was going to disappear. Brian, I appreciate the support so much, man. Thank you so much. 17 months. Gosh dang. Great to see all the Amethyst members today. Keep up the fantastic work, Nerd Vengers. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome, man. It's super fun. I would be probably on the internet talking about all this sort of stuff regardless, but it is awesome to get into the tower with you guys and to go all over, talk about all this stuff, have fun, speculate, not get sniped out. It's a good time over here. So thank you guys. You guys are the best, man. And I don't say that to all the chats. All right. So let's shift into this. This is so fun for me, man. The universe is a crazy thing. It is weird how things can be pulled together sometime. Serendipity, karma, dharma, whatever you want to call it. Last week, which by the way, we will be doing another watch party of dope-ass cartoons this Saturday morning starting at 10 a.m., and we will discuss what we want to watch on the Nerdvenger stream later today at 1 p.m. If you are a Nerdvenger, come on by 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a secret meeting. We're all going to talk about Trev behind his back. Oh, wait. Nope. Trev will probably be there. So we'll just chat it up, and we'll talk about what cartoon we want to watch. Last Saturday, we watched the 90s X-Men cartoon. And oh, what an enjoyable experience it was. It was pretty freaking fun, man. It was pretty freaking fun. We watched a very cool arc on the 90s X-Men cartoon, which, spoilers, was Beyond Good and Evil, which was technically supposed to be the end of that series originally, and then they sort of just like ordered a last season and more episodes or whatever. But it was really fun. It had to do with time travel, the nexus of time, the axis of time, Cable, Apocalypse, Bishop, and a little Immortus as well. Yeah, man. It was pretty sick. It was pretty sick. Well, a little bit after that came out, I realized it was like a 20-year, 40-year anniversary for the project. A lot of hype and being shared on social media. I was like, oh, that's so fun, man. It's fun to see that kind of stuff pop up. Let's read this little article here. It's pretty freaking wild. Okay, here we go. Marvel Studios rumor point to a surprising X-Men plans. Fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe were ecstatic when they learned Marvel Studios would be getting the X-Men back due to the acquisition of 21st Century Fox by Disney in 2019. They didn't acquire it. Anyway, let's not mince words. After that, however, the Marvel faithful wouldn't hear much of anything from the property for some time, except a minor mention from Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige at San Diego Comic-Con that same year, that how they would be very different. While there was no word after a year about the X-Men, Feige reaffirmed in an interview the property has been heavily discussed. Shortly after the quote, it was revealed a project, the working title, The Mutants, was in development at Marvel Studios. We'll open that up as well because, yes, that's a big deal. As for other projects planned for production, it was recently revealed that not only is Thunderbolts heading into production in 2023, but the Fantastic Four and Nova are as well. We talked about that on a stream. We talked about that in a video as well. In addition, one more project that could potentially begin production alongside those projects might involve the X-Men. Appearing on Change My Mind podcast, entertainment scooper KC Walsh, also known as the Comics Kid on Twitter, spoke about the recent production date scoops for Thunderbolts, Nova, and Fantastic Four, but revealed one more that I haven't said yet, though a hint. I got a bunch of production dates: Thunderbolts 2023, Nova 2023, Fantastic Four 2023, Okoye 2023, and there's one more that I haven't said yet, and I'm going to write an article about it. So I'm going to tell you, or I'm not going to tell you here, but I'll give you a little hint. The hint that Walsh gave, prefacing by calling it the project fucking insane. I mean, they don't spell it out here, but I'm sure it wasn't flipping, friggin' whatever. I'm sure he went for the hard F-bomb on that. Sorry, hide your wives, hide your kids. We're swearing up in here. Was him singing and humming the iconic musical theme of X-Men, the animated series. All right, I want y'all to do me a favor. Let's have a little spiritual moment together here on the stream. Okay? Turn the music up, Chet. Yeah. Okay, here's what I want us to do. All at once. Everybody in Nerd Vengers Tower. Let's hum this familiar tune together. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that was beautiful. You guys did great. Oh, that wasn't really humming? I guess I fucked it up then. My bad. Look, the point is, we all know it. We all love it. Come on, man. We know exactly. We know exactly what he's talking about. We know what he's saying. It's crazy. It sounds so effing insane. Sings and hums the beginning of the X-Men animated series theme. However, Walsh wasn't fully certain of this rumor, as he would be reaching out to more people to seek further confirmation and clarification on the project, as he was unsure if it was something new or if Marvel Studios would be retooling something. I'm reaching out to more people and being like, is this true? Because I don't believe it myself, and I don't know if it's something new or if they're retooling something. Walsh speculated that it could be related to previous rumors regarding people involved with a certain theme song having conversations with Marvel Studios, and that he did hear about a possibly animated project going into works in 2023. There was talks about a year ago that people involved with that certain theme song may have had conversations with a certain studio. And I did hear in 2023 that there's a possibly animated project was going into the works. So, what do you guys think of that, huh? What do you make of that? It's kind of interesting, right? A couple of different things they could do. I am reminded of a report from the hashtag show that we would be getting a Wolverine anthology series. Okay? I've been told that, Mutants is going to be a big project for them. The possibility of this X-Men, or rather Wolverine anthology series would be huge. And by the way, that would just be epic, dude. That would just be absolutely epic if they did that, right? So there are a lot of cool rumors floating around, right? So I guess one option would be a continuation of that series. They could absolutely continue that series, and they could sort of make it in the sense that we have the multiverse, in the sense that we have the, what if show. They could just treat it as a separate universe, continue it from where it left off, continue with those stories, continue with that theme music, and just do it. So that's the least dope version of this, and it still would have me hella excited. Hella excited. Number 2. A reboot of the series. Okay? So this would be let's do the same idea, the same concept, the 90s X-Men show, but let's reboot it. And I think where I would be at with this would be, it's still probably in the vein of What If, just going to be its own thing, its own universe, not really connected to the actual MCU main continuity. That's the second best option for me, because I would love to see just the whole thing done again. I love that show from the 90s. It's really cool. It's really cool. But I'd love to see it revamped, better animation. The animation's fun. The character designs are fun, but it's really just because it's the X-Men and it's dope, right? So if they reboot it or retold the story, told even more insane stories than they did in the 90s, man, imagine some of the what if level storytelling done in that universe. I still think that would be really cool. A lot of you are rioting in the streets right now because you don't want that to happen. Okay, I understand. Just stick with me. Stay with me here. Third option, fanboy dreaming, the best thing that they could do. And I wonder how you feel about this. How would you feel about this? A reboot of the series that tells the tales of the actual MCU X-Men that will be considered canon, and through maybe some explanations via live action films or appearances or the Mutants Project, it is revealed that maybe they were here all along and we just didn't know about it. Maybe Professor X was hiding them from a lot of people's views. Maybe they've been here and they're just out there. How would you feel about that? Because I'd actually be here for it. Like, what if... I love What If because it is canon to the multiverse and it's crazy what is happening, right? Even though there's not a lot of like clear indications that that is the case, I think it's pretty obvious that that's what's going on, that it's a way to connect it into canon. But because it's so wild and else-worldy and it happens in all these parallel universes, it doesn't have to touch anything canon in the main Marvel universe, right? I would personally like it a lot if we got an animated series like this and it wasn't just a dope X-Men animated series. It was like, hey, what you want to know what the mutants have been doing? You want to know what the X-Men have been doing in the MCU? And what if it had references to things that actually happened in the MCU? New York. The Battle of New York. The event with Thanos. You know? Other movies. What if you got a blending of the style and the vibe before with the extra added oomph of MCU canon? I'd love it. I'd love it. I don't know how y'all feel about it. I don't know how you would feel about it, but I would love it. Daniel Ha, member for 5 months, says it would suck if they reboot it like Teen Titans Go. Yeah, that's true. I'm not going to argue with you there. That would pretty much suck. I can't really argue with you there. That would pretty much suck if that's what they did. I don't know, man. What if this is the Wolverine anthology project? Do you know what I mean? Like, what if they're doing the telling of all these different tales, like connecting the canon and explaining all of that, but it's done with Wolverine, but it's animated? I don't know, man. I'm still kind of here for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still kind of here for it. I think it would be pretty sick. So, you know, say what you will, think what you will. All right, guys, so we're going to get into Q&A in just a little bit here. So I'll go over all the Super Chats. Of course, the Super Chats do support the content, support the tower, keep the lights on over here. I also want to say, of course, that this stream and all these streams are brought to you by the Nerdvenger members, the lovely people that you see in chat with the badge next to their name. Incredible human beings. Have been supporting me and supporting the content for a long time. Appreciate you guys. You are the lifeblood of this business, this community, and the two different channels that we have. So much appreciation to the Nerdvengers. And I will be getting into all the little super chats and everything, so feel free to throw them on in there. But before we get into the Q&A, I want to stop down at the Nerd Coin Vault. We've got some new kind of fun items down there in the vault. So let's get up, let's stretch our legs a little bit, guys. Let's go check out the Nerdvengers Vault. I'll meet you guys down there, okay? I'll meet you down there. See you in a second. Woo! Man, it's musty down here. It's a little musty down here. But there's a lot of juicy stuff going on down here. We're always putting new items into the vault, taking them out and putting them into the Nerdcoin store so that all of you can fight over them savagely and decide who will win by a contest of pure strength and violence. Or just who's faster at picking them up. We have a ton of fun stuff that we're putting into the vault, guys. I want to show you a little Gungan figure. I don't know. I thought it was adorable. I wanted to change something up for people that want, different kind of items. So we're going to be putting this up in the store. either late this week or next week. A little baby Groot that actually says I am Groot, and I didn't know that until now. Oh my God, Jar Jar talks too. Didn't even realize that until now. Okay, well, these are no longer for sale because I think they're too dope, so don't expect those. Speaking of X-Men, look at this Marvel Legends Magneto figure. Yeah, I got one for me too, so we'll put this in there. It's gonna be very juicy. And then Trev, are you paying attention? Robin from DC. I know some of you are like, what the hell's DC? It's another company that makes content for nerds, I know. Damian Wayne, McFarlane Toys. I actually love Damian Wayne as a character. I did pick up one of these for myself as well. So we're gonna put that up in the store probably next week. Ooh, Thomas Wayne Batman. Yo, this Thomas Wayne Batman figure is awesome, bro. It's got the guns, it's got the big sword. It's freaking fantastic, man. These McFarlane toys are actually really, really dope. So a lot of fun stuff going on for Nerdcoin, for holders of Nerdcoin. By the way, did you see Mr. Anderson and Big Stevie? That's the big supporters of the channel. Big holders of Nerdcoin. It's pretty cool. Check it out. Go to denofnerdslive.com if you have any questions. What is Nerdcoin? How do I get it? How much do I have? Where do I buy stuff? Go to denofnerdslive.com. What the hell was that at the end there? Some glitch in the Matrix. Chet, take care of that, man. Take care of that. No, it was a lot of fun stuff, man. We went out and got some more fun stuff for the store. We're going to be adding stuff periodically throughout the week. So we'll drop some stuff maybe later today. But definitely be dropping a lot of juicy stuff next week for you guys as well. So fun stuff. Fun stuff. Free shipping only in the United States. I'm sorry, times is hard out there. Times is hard. All right, so let's pull up some of these super chats. See what you guys have to say. I'm sure there's some thoughts. Oh, and by the way, big video we did yesterday about Kevin Feige cutting Toby and Andrew out of the trailer. That shit's wild, too. So if you have any questions about that or anything that's going on with that, feel free to put those into the chat as well. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I want to go through, we had a bunch of people that joined the Nerdvengers yesterday. So, Grill Matrix, welcome to the Nerdvengers. Matthew Griffith, welcome to the Nerdvengers. KH, welcome to the Nerdvengers. Dorney, welcome back to the Nerdvengers. Jacko Films, welcome back to the Nerdvengers. CNC 375, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now. Revin, welcome to the Nerdvengers. And MS Spiro Jr., welcome back to the Nerdvengers, my friends. So thank you guys for all the commitments, recommitments. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. I appreciate the love tonight. All right, so let's get into these here. Cole Wallace was first in today, said, top of the morning to you, sir. Thank you so much. Keaton Haas says, I'm here for that stream. I'm off work on Disney Plus Day. Let's go. Dude, Keaton Haas, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to get a bunch of snacks, a bunch of food, a bunch of water, a bunch of caffeine. And we're going to be streaming like all day, bro. So we'll do trailer reactions We'll do a watch party of the new Boba Fett featurette. We're going to go through the Marvel stuff. We'll do a lot of voting to see what we want to do next. It's going to be a big old mess of fun, nerdy streaming. So appreciate you, man. Merlin Dark with a $5 hello says, with respect, you're saying all Star Wars fans are hyped for Obi-Wan, but the smart ones know this is a fan service band-aid to camouflage an awful sequel trilogy. Well, if that's what being a smart Star Wars fan is, I'd rather be dumb. No offense, brother. Your dog looks cute, though, on your profile picture, so there you go. Alan Ewald with a $5 hello says, I just got my King Spawn #1 and my Lasher #1. All the trailers and announcements, a new backpack, and now I can nerd out with y'all. Today is good. You love to see it, Alan. Glad you're having a good day, man. Glad you're having a good day. The Exodus says with a $2 hello says, we need a Nerd Vengers contingent in Destiny 2. Well, you'd have to maybe check out on the Discord or whatever and team up with some Nerd Vengers. I don't really play Destiny 2. Honestly, I haven't even been playing Futures Revolution, man. I haven't been gaming much just in general, but Future Revolution kind of lost me a little bit, you know? Like, I really liked the game, but it was like a huge money grab at the beginning with like armor and all that. They've rapidly increased the rates. I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about the game, to be completely honest with you. There's a lot of fun stuff, but I don't know. I feel like it sort of lost some momentum for me, and there was a sort of a stalling out period before a lot of the new content came in. Maybe I'll get back on there and check it out, but games are funny, man. Games are funny. Community is funny. Like, even New World. Like, I love New World. I'm having a lot of fun with New World. New World has lost like 100,000 players a week. You know what I mean? So it's like, dude, I think all that really speaks. It's just challenging. Like, it's really challenging to cultivate an audience, to satisfy a rabid fan base. It's a challenging endeavor, and yeah, it's just interesting. You know what I mean? So appreciate the support, but I'm not jumping into Destiny 2. I'll tell you that. Faux show. Faux show. Let's see here. Chthonic Echo says with a $5 hello says, the definitely took from Marvel, and I think it's working. I want to see a Darth Vader show. What if we see him bleed his crystal? Yeah, it would be cool, man. I think Hayden is coming back and he's getting some serious work, which is fun. You know, that's a fun time at Star Wars. It's a fun place we want to hang out with. I don't think it'll ever be completely like Marvel, and nor should it be, but it's just, dude, it's just obvious. Like, if you're not trying to emulate the success that Marvel has had, then, like, are you even trying? You know what I mean? Like, what Marvel has done is completely unprecedented. It's crazy what they've been able to do. So, especially because they're in-house, why wouldn't Disney be like, hey, be more like the good son? Be more like our favorite kid. No, you can't go to your recital. You know what I mean? Ryan Armelli with a $2 hello says, Diamond Lounge, here I come, baby. Look, I want to do a Diamond stream soon. Maybe we'll do it next week. I don't think we can do it this week because I got a lot of stuff I want to work on over the weekend, so I don't want to squeeze too much in. We will be doing that cartoon stream Saturday morning, so come on by for that. We will do a Diamond stream soon. We'll do a Diamond stream. We'll be hanging out in the Diamond Lounge. We'll be kicking back, having drinks, having cocktails, having smokes, talking crap on Trev. It's going to be great, so be there when you can. Trev says with a $2 hello says, but now what if they use the 90s FF Tune theme? The Fantastic Four theme? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know if I've seen it. I don't know. I don't even understand the question. I don't understand, bro. Carl says with a $2 hello says, would we be mad or excited for Pixar X-Men? I wouldn't want it to be done by Pixar. I think Marvel Animation Studio, I mean, look, their only one project is What If, and I felt like it was pretty good. It wasn't perfect. It had hit and miss episodes. It had sort of a weird pace, but that's their first ever project. I'm excited to see where they go from there. I think good things are coming from Marvel Studios Animation. I heard they might be doing some anime stuff too, which is pretty dope. Twould be pretty fun. Michael Smith says with a $5 holla, says, your She-Hulk video is cray. My concern though, MODOK, She-Hulk, and Hulk means tons of CGI. Will they throw the money at this? Give me Bernthal all day. Yeah, bro, they're going to throw the money at it. They are going to throw the money at it. 100%. And yeah, that video was doing very well. A lot of people enjoying that video. And crazy the reports for She-Hulk, man. Like I said in the vid, I was already excited. I'm even more excited now. You know, her training with Hulk. And like, we won't go into the full like spoiler stuff here, but yeah, very, very cool. And dude, yeah, they're going to throw money at it for sure. One thing, Marvel, I don't think budget will ever, at least in the short future here in the next couple of years, I don't think budget will ever be a problem for Marvel Studios, dude. You know what I mean? The problem with Marvel may be like scheduling. It may be trying to piece all of this stuff together. In some ways, the connective tissue becomes sort of a prison because you have to push everything forward if you push things back. So I think there's other things that could be a problem for Marvel, but budget is not one of them, bro. They're going to throw the money at it for sure. Live with Irish with a $5 holla says Wolverine versus Thanos. Thanos has the scars on his face from Wolverine's claws. I've heard this before, and that's kind of a fun theory. There was I believe it was a What If or an Elseworld where Wolverine was a member of the Fantastic Four, and he does actually cut off Thanos' arm to remove the gauntlet. I'm trying to remember exactly how that all worked together, but yes, Wolverine has fought against Thanos in the comics a bunch of different ways. I don't know if that's the play. I don't know if that's what they're going to do in live action. In fact, I kind of doubt it, just to be honest with you. But injecting Wolverine into some of these other stories, like, to me, Live with Irish, the vibe I'm getting is more like Mysterio, right? Like, we all watched Civil War. Tony's there with the barf technology. It is what it is. We don't really think much of it. And then later on, they inject Jake Gyllenhaal in that scene and sort of retroactively make that the continuity. It's a retcon. He was there. It was his technology. That's pretty brilliant. I'm sure they could do that with Logan as well. Put him in certain parts of the show. Like maybe maybe like Cap's walking out of Nick Fury's office, and we see a scene in the hallway with the new Logan walking past Cap, and then we see a new scene where he meets with Nick Fury or something like that. Like, things like that could be done. You know what I mean? So, Dorian Trussell with a very generous $20 holla. Holy mother, loving mother, says animation has potential. Like What If, Bring On Beast, Nightcrawler, and Sabretooth. Excelsior! Movie Bros watch party for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, or new Jungle Cruise on November 12th. I won't be able to do a Movie Bros stream that day because we're going to be streaming for like 4 or 5 hours probably on this channel. I'll be a little burnt out. But I think we might do a Movie Bros tomorrow night. I got to hit Theory up because normally we would go tonight, but I'm going to be watching Eternals. So maybe we'll do some Movie Bros tomorrow night. We could watch Shang-Chi though. That could be fun for next week, you know? Maybe not Friday, maybe like Saturday or something. We'll talk about that. But I haven't seen Jungle Cruise either, so I've seen Shang-Chi twice in theaters because I love theaters, duh. So yeah, we'll see. Dorian, thank you so much for the love, and I agree with you, man. The potential would be dope. I love these characters. I love the style. I love the vibe from the 90s. But man, would I love to see some of that modernized, some of that brought in, maybe a combo of, maybe a combination of like that old animation and like the new What If kind of a vibe. Woo, could be pretty cool. Could be pretty freaking cool. Chaz Mellon with a $2 holla says, Happy Eternals Day, Mother Truckers. Yes, indeed, man. And I'm quite excited to check out Eternals. If you didn't see Stormy hated the movie. He wrote a big old Twitter thread about how wrong he was and how much he hates the film. I'm still going in with a completely open mind. I'm not going to let Stormy's negativity interfere with my experience. I would hope you all do the same, but it's wild. It's wild. So it's going to be fun, man. I'm looking forward to the movie, but I'd be lying if I didn't admit that I'm actually looking forward to the conversation around the movie a little bit more. I find that stuff to be really enriching and engaging. So tomorrow's stream is going to be really fun. We'll talk spoilers. Yeah. So appreciate the love. Chris 19 with a very generous $10 holla says, here's my contribution to keep Josh singing, dancing, and making short skits with the imaginary characters and a camera. Thanks for the energy booster, Josh. Imaginary characters in a camera? What are you talking about, dude? You talking about the Josh variants? They're not imaginary. You talking about Chet and Susan? What's going on here? Am I just a crazy person sitting in an office with green screen lights and cameras? Have I severely lost my way? Am I just a robot and not really a real person and made to be... Anyway. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate the love, man. Trev says the $5 holla says 90s, Fantastic Four, Iron Man, X-Men, and Spider-Man are all connected continuity? Really? I knew the X-Men and Spider-Man had some. I didn't know the Iron Man show was like that. So are you telling me when he has the interactions with Stark and Rhodey that that's all in that other show as well? I feel like I'm talking to a normie. They are all on Disney Plus, pretty sure. That's it. We're changing it. It's the Den of Normies. We're changing the whole brand. It's the Normie Vengers. Normie Vengers Tower. Yeah. Normie Vengers. And it's the Den of Normies. And shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Low Lives with a very generous $10 house says, yo, my guy. Do you think Toby Man went through the same join the Avengers, fight Thanos, Daddy Stark storyline in his universe since Kang was pulling strings with the TVA still till Loki happened? Well, here's what's weird about that. We don't fully know what was going on with the TVA. It could be the case that the TVA was controlling each individual timeline to be succinct and not have branches. And so Toby's timeline might have been controlled that way. It's also weird because the timing of this is so strange. In the MCU, we think we have a time before the TVA was changed and a time afterwards. But who is to say that all the other Marvel universes didn't happen afterwards, right? Like the whole time thing and the fact, like it's just really weird to keep track of. So I don't think so. I do, however, believe that Toby will have developed past where we see him in the old films and that some of that may well be explained in the movie. And I'm very excited for it. So I appreciate the support. I appreciate the question. It's just it's a tough one. Until we get more info about the TVA, we don't know. JJ Lemon, 24 with a $5 holla says, 90s X-Men theme synth mix is sick. 1 month from 1 year badge. Banging the homies for life. Indeed, my friend. Thank you for all of the support over the last 11 months, man. I appreciate it. I really do. We've been banging the homies up in here for a good old period of time. And, yeah, that 90s X-Men theme in synth is sick. We were listening to that on Saturday when we were getting ready for the show. I kept playing that thing, man. Love that song. It's a good beat. It's a good beat. I tell you. Live with Irish, $5 holla says, I read the Star Wars Ronin novel that expands on the animated short and visions in Omega. Learn a little about the origin of creation of the Sith. Yeah, I haven't actually read much of it since my trip to New York, but on the road trip from New York City and back, I dug into that audiobook and I love it. I love what they're doing with the Sith. It's a fantastic book. The whole idea of the witch, of bringing people back to life, of the fact that the Jedi and the Sith like go against, like, it's kind of interesting. Like, Ronan says he didn't know what they would become. He just knew when his masters ordered him to do something wrong that he couldn't just follow the Jedi code blindly. Awesome stuff. Really love it. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you, Live with Irish. And yeah, I love that book. I'm glad you're enjoying it too. Quentin Lee with a $5 hollow says, yep, all of those animated series were a universe culminating in Secret Wars in the Spider-Man show. I mean, come on, Quentin. What do you think this is, the Den of Normies? Of course I knew that. Chet, pull up all the Wikipedia articles about that for after the show. Yeah, pull it up. I just need the wiki. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Thank you, Quentin. Appreciate it, man. You know, much love. Dorney says with a $5 hello, says, Josh, are you concerned that Xavier and Magneto have an internal story arc origin story in the 40s, and by the time we get them, it'll be 2025-ish? I'm not necessarily concerned about it. It's interesting, and we'll have to see how they do it, for sure. It's definitely a point of interest. I'm not really concerned. Like, I have in my head all sorts of ways that this could work. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, you could have Magneto still, like, you could have his grandparents come from that instead, and him to perhaps be like a professor that studies all of that sort of stuff and is really, like, affected by it. That's possible. There's all sorts of ways you can still have those beats for the characters and modernize it. And so, no, I wouldn't say I'm concerned. I would say I'm interested. You know what I mean? So I'm not really, I wouldn't frame it as concerned. I'm interested. Could they screw it up? Absolutely. Absolutely they could screw it up. Would it upset me if they did? For sure. But there's also ways that they could adapt it, adjust it, make it just as good, if not better. That's always a possibility for me. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to keep an open mind, but I appreciate the question. I appreciate the thought. Stormy says with a $5 holla, says, I feel like after the events of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, what an acronym that is, huh? Our main MCU timeline will have been rewritten so that mutants and X-Men were always around. That is a strong possibility. They could do that with Multiverse of Madness, or they could slowly start to do that and then have a reset after Secret Wars, which I think would be the way to do it. But for sure, that's a possibility. And for sure, that's got to be something on the whiteboard for them, right, Stormy? Like, that's got to be an idea there. So we'll just see, my man. We'll just see. I'm excited to experience it and check it all out, man. Moosey Mike says with the $5 house, I watched Winter Soldier the other night and just realized they name drop Strange. Yes, they do. And the man from Cairo. Notice there haven't been many future name drops in recent projects. I think you'd be surprised. I think you might be surprised. And remember, too, that a lot of those older movies, we've had so many times to go over them again and again, and we realize all these different things. And I think Eternals might have some of that juice. Just to be honest with you, like, that's one of the things I'm most excited for with Eternals is, like, the lore. Learning more about the lore of the MCU, of the cosmic side, you know, what's going on. I'm excited. So appreciate the love. And yeah, I do get your point there. It was wild back in the day when they dropped stuff, man. Wild. Alex McMahon says with a $5 host, says the 90s Batman, Superman, Justice League, Batman Beyond are all connected too. And I figured that out last week. Kind of blew my mind. LOL. I mean, yeah. I mean, come on, man. What do you think this is? Like the Den of Normies? Everybody knows that. Every self-respecting nerd knows that. I'm just kidding, bro. Okay, relax, Alex. There's no gatekeeping around here, you know? Normies are allowed. Swarmies are allowed. And we even let Canadians hang out, which is shown by Trev still being a moderator and having fun with us in the chat. So it's all love. It's all love. Yeah. So, anyway, Much love to you guys. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Are we behind on the chat? What the hell? I feel like this chat goes way behind now. I feel like this could be a YouTube thing. Because I'm seeing stuff about the... Yeah, Jedi Mike says, did you see heavy spoilers, No Way Home theory about the 3 costumes Spidey pulled from multiverse from the end of each movie? Thoughts? Yeah, I absolutely think that could be the case, yeah. Yet to be determined like how all of that works and all that, but yeah, man, I saw it. I think he's onto something there. I think that's the whole idea, right? It's like pulled from those moments, pulled from those things, you know? That explains Susan selling her sex tape with Chet. Oh, no! How much is it? And Vico says, with a $2 hollow, says, any news on any surprise announcements on Disney Plus Day? No, I haven't heard any news on surprise announcements, but I guess it kind of just depends on what you think of as a surprise. So it's possible with Star Wars they announce maybe that Darth Maul animated show, or maybe even another animated show, or some things like that. That could be a big surprise, right? But I don't think it would really surprise me that much. Again, maybe we get this animated X-Men thing. Like maybe next Friday, we'll be like watching all these things. Yeah, Paul's coming on next week, we think. Been chatting with him a lot recently, and I think Paul is going to be coming on the show next week. I'm trying to get all the usual suspects back together and get some new guests on the show as well. Would love to get Rob on. Rob and I have been really close a couple of different times, but it's just, you know, he's busy, I'm busy, etc., etc. I want to get Geekdom up in here so we can just be chilling, talking about some stuff. So we'll get Danny on here, you know. We'll get Rob, we'll get Paul. I want to reach out to other people as well. I'm also going on the Fandom Wire podcast soon. I have to hit them up, and I'm gonna go on their podcast soon. So yeah, trying to get out there a little bit more, do more collabs, etc., etc. Coachella Coto, member for 17 months. Holy crap, that's a lot of support, man. Thank you so much. Says, saw Eternals last night at the Aventura Theater, Miami. I love the MCU, but I honestly felt this would have been better serviced as a Disney Plus show. Interesting. I'll try to keep that in mind, man. When I kind of collect my thoughts about it, I'll come back to that, and I'll try to think about like what you mean by that, because perhaps what you're saying is they needed more time to develop the characters, which is something I've heard a lot from a lot of different people. So RF Gaming Channel member for 8 months. Thank you for all the support, man. It says Disney Plus Day Super Stream plus Friday gambling. Oh, shit. We can't do gambling the whole time. It's going to destroy the chat. You know what I mean? We'll have to do gambling in certain spots, in certain places. We can't do gambling the whole time. I didn't think about that, but now I got to think about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else is on your mind, guys? What else are you guys thinking about? What's the live chat on the BBS for? Is that for Nerdvenger streams? So I originally conceived that chat as a place where this chat could go after this stream and still be hanging out and going on over there. But it's really just more of the live, like, people in the moment that are on the BBS, they have a place where they can just discuss, like, right then and there, like, what's going on, right? So that's probably the primary function of the BBS chat to me. So some of the stuff we're, still trying to figure out exactly. The BBS is such a fun, awesome idea, but it's like, it's so broad and there's so much you could do with it that I think some of us are having trouble conceiving how to use it. You know what I mean? So I love it. I think people should go over there and use it, get a little coinage, get some of your content out there, etc. Monarch says for the $5 holler, says TNT is running a marathon of Toby, Andrew, and Tom's Spider-Man movies multiple times throughout November and December. Coincident? I think not. I think you might be onto something there, dude. I think you might be onto something there. Wait, what? Josh, if Eternals... wait. If Eternals... Hang on, I missed this. Where's it at? Gosh dang it. I missed like a chat that I thought was going to be fun. Did we lag out? Are we having lag out? How much nerd coin to add a character to the comic book? I'm still trying to figure that out. I think we're going to make it expensive, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, there is a little bit of interesting stuff, James. I see your chat about him being older but having the costume right from there. I want to see Lamb still. Dude, did you guys watch yesterday on Doc's stream where he reacted to Morbius and his reaction sucked because that Morbius trailer is dope. And then he watched Lamb. That shit was hilarious, dude. Somebody got him to watch the trailer for Lamb. That was funny. Sounds like a good song to do a belly rub to. Who says I'm not? Right now, it's just not public. Dag. Riot Game Show on Netflix released Sunday. They give permission for streamers to stream entire first episode for their viewers. Disney, take notes. Oh, that's cool. I think, I don't anticipate... Wait, it's lagging again? What the hell? I'm not seeing no data. This has got to be a YouTube thing, man, because it's saying it going back and forth between excellent connection and no data. It's got to be a YouTube thing, because we're Gucci over here, man. Like, everything should be fine. Yeah. Kathy Kennedy was like, he called me a boomer. Take him out. Off with his head. Yeah. Lamb is a part of the MCU canon. Awesome. If Eternals finishes below 50% Rotten Tomatoes, will you shave your head? No. I'll shave Stormy's. I'll shave Stormy's head. Do I know when the Disney Plus day? I believe it'll start at 3 a.m. They'll probably put up everything at 3 a.m., but we're just going to wake up at our regular time and do it all at 10:30 in the morning. 10:30 in the morning. Living with Damron with a $5 holla says, we don't need AT&T in the trailer. Just a close-up of Tom at the end doing a double meme point at the... Ooh, yeah, that would be sick, dude. That's a great call, man. Appreciate the love, man. That would be fun. Because I hear they're going to be teased. They're just not going to be used. Ugh. Anyway, guys, I got to get on out of here. Thank you all so much for the support, for the love today. I thought it was a good stream. A lot of fun stuff to discuss. You guys have some fun ideas for sure. So I'm going to get out of here. Look for the Boba Fett video. Big theory about Book of Boba Fett in the trailer coming out later today. And late at night, look out as the fate of the world, or at least the fate of Nerdventure's tower, hangs in the balance. Eternals. What will Josh say? Will he come out and trash the film to the degree to which all the Nerdvengers pack it up? Will he come out and shill so hard that many of the Nerdvengers are like, dude, there's no way he feels this way. I'm out. Or will he say something in between that and both crowds freak out and hate him? Find out tonight on the next episode of Will Josh Shit All Over the Eternals movie? as I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Oh man. Eternals. How did we get here? What happened? How's it all? How's it all gonna go down? Will Stormy light it on fire? Maybe. I'm excited. Like, legitimately, I think it's going to be super fun. So we'll have a lot of fun chatting about it either way. I appreciate you guys. Eternal? Man. We're going to be talking about this movie for a long time, I feel like. A long time. All right, everybody. That's all I got. And also,